morning, everybody. My name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. Today's Make It Monday. One of my favorite days of the week. I love Make It Monday. Anyway, we're going to make a very quick dessert. It's quick and easy, and you can throw it together in hardly any time at all. And I'm going to take the help where I can. I'm not going to make homemade biscuits. I'm going to use Bisquik, and I'm not going to make homemade pie filling. I'm going to use pie filling. Not going to make homemade whipped cream. I'm going to use Cool Whip. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here we go. Actually, there's no lemon squeezies in it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is make some biscuits. So to make 8 biscuits, it says I need 2 1/4 cups of Bisquik. So let's start with that. That's on there. This is one of those ingredients it's nice to have in your pantry. So just on the times when you don't have anything prepared and you want a dessert, you can do this. 2 1/4 cups. There's one. Well, it was a little bit shy of one, but two. And 1/4. And as usual, I'm making a mess on my table, but we all know that that's what happens when Darlene gets in the kitchen. Now, I made those other ones just a little bit shy, so I'm just going to add a touch. Okay. Now, I always store my things like this in a bag. It just prevents, if we don't have bugs, but if you have a problem where you could have bugs or anything, just keep your stuff wrapped up and it's much better. Now, I'm not usually able to do these clips, so we'll see whether I can get this one or not. I got it enough. There we are. Okay. So, 2 1/4 cups of Bisquik, 2/3 of a cup of milk. So put that in there. We don't even need a mixer. We're just doing this by hand. You see me? Yeah. Now, this is going to form just a little dough. My measuring cup, you can't even see the markings on it, so I have to guess at what's 2/3 of a cup. I should buy myself another 1 cup measuring cup, but I never think of it when I'm in the store. Okay, now I'm going to just going to sort of get my hands in here and mix it into a dough just a little bit better. It's made a dough, but it's a bit dry, and I don't think I want to add any more milk to it. No, I don't. It's a good dough. I just have to mix it that little bit more. Now, they do say you don't want to no, I'm going to add a little tiny bit more milk. You don't want to overwork your dough. So that means you don't want to get your hands in there too much. Isn't this handy, this little fridge right here? My goodness, that's handy. Before it was in the bedroom. Now my deep freeze is in the bedroom. But I'm going to talk a little bit about that because it has something to do with Parkinson's, and I want to explain it to you so that you maybe would understand what was going on. All right. Now, let me just put my hands in here. Yeah. So now I kind of feel like I've almost got too much milk in it, but it'll be good enough. All right. So now it says it makes 8 biscuits. So I'll just divide it in half and then half. So I'm going to get roughly the same size because I don't have a ice cream scoop that I can use. That's not big enough. There. I'm going to just put this, you can't see me. Putting this down here. Can you see that? Yes. So I'm just going to drop these onto the parchment. Into 3, 4, 5. Oh no, that was too big. If you served a biscuit that big for dinner, your people wouldn't be able to eat their supper. Well, of course, this is for dessert. By this time, they've had their supper. But still. Okay, and it says you can do 8, so let's see if I can fit 8 on my paper. Just a little bit off of this one. What is it saying? Rob Peter to pay Paul? Oh, there. Paid Paul and robbed Peter. Okay, I'm going to go put those into the oven, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you for just a few minutes while they're cooking, and we'll go from there. I'm going to have to touch the screen, so I'll have to wipe you down again. Okay, I took that opportunity to clean up my other dishes and get them into the oven. So now I want to talk a little bit about something that just happened this last week, and it relates to my Parkinson's. One of the symptoms that has affected me in my life greatly is that my personality has changed a bit in the sense that I fixate on something. And I can't seem to sway myself from it. For example, when I wanted to start the cleaning of the house, I just went roughshod to do it. There was nothing really wrong with my house except for I was a bit concerned about the clutter and whatnot. And I do love it the way it is now. But I just I overdid that. I just went crazy with it, and I couldn't stop myself. And Claudine was saying to me, Mom, you're going to make yourself sick. You're going too much. You're doing too much. And I couldn't stop myself. I just kept doing it. Well, the same thing happened to you the other day. I don't know how many tours I took you on through here. Claudine says, Mom, you've done that enough now. And I don't know what it was. I kept thinking I hadn't shown what I had done, and I needed to show that. And again and again and again. I promise you, no more tours. I don't know why I do that. It's just something that happens to me, and it can be anything. Like we'll be on a conference call with the doctor, and they'll ask me something that I need to know from a piece of paper or something, and I just leave right away, and I don't keep talking to them. I've got to go find that, and then Claudine, she'll pick it up and she talks to them while I am doing it. But she says, Mom, you can look for that paper after. But if he asks me a question that is on this paper, I can't stop myself from going and looking for it. I don't know for what reason that has happened to me, because it's like I said, I was never that way. So I just want to apologize if I bored everybody with my tours, but I was proud of what we had done. I was also tired as all get out. I had been in pain the entire week, and it is so nice to just now feel like I can relax and enjoy my space. And I promise I won't turn you around to make you look at it. Okay, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do now. These are going to come out to cool. We can't do it until it cools. But we are going to, once they come out of the oven, we're going to cool them. Then we'll cut them in half. We'll top them with the cherry pie filling, the Cool Whip, and a sprinkle of chocolate chips. Couldn't be an easier dessert if we tried. And It's delicious. Now you could use other things. You could use any pie filling you want. You could, you could make strawberry a shortcake this way. Like the Bisquik, if you have that in your cupboard, you're set to go. Okay, I will show you the biscuits when they come out of the oven. They should be out any minute. Alexa, how much time is left on the timer?
You have 1 minute and 40 seconds left on your 7-minute timer.
1 minute, 40 seconds. I can fill that time, and then I'll show you the biscuits, and I'll let them cool, and then we'll finish them up. The problem I'm going to have is when I get them out of the oven, I'm going to want to have one. I can't do that. No, I cannot. But I slept pretty well last night. I sort of tossed and turned a little bit at the beginning of the night, but then I slept pretty well after that, and which is always nice. I mean, if I have a night's sleep, that makes things a whole lot better the next day. And Bill's gone down for coffee now downstairs. He goes down. They have coffee downstairs every day at 1 o'clock. He doesn't have to drink coffee, but he goes down and he socializes with them. I don't do that, but I enjoy the fact that he gets out and can do those things. It's important to me for him to be able to do them. They're going to the Stampede. Calgary is famous for its Stampede, and that comes up in July. And they're going to have an excursion from here down to the Stampede. I don't know if Bill's going to go or not. He's not so good in the heat and outside like that, so I don't think he's going to actually go. It'd be different if he could take his scooter. If he could take his scooter, he would probably go. But when you're going on a bus with a bunch of people, you can't take your scooters. Could you imagine the size of the bus they'd have to have if everybody had something like that? So he probably will not go to that, but he does enjoy it when they go out to the casino or do something. I mean, for the last few years, we haven't been able to do any of that stuff, so it is quite nice to be able to participate in those things. And they're having a barbecue downstairs one day, and I said to Bill, I go down usually for the social club once a month. Well, this is, Alexa, stop. This is the once a month. I'm just going to grab those out of the oven and we'll take a look at them. I have a nice clean oven too, because my son, when he came over yesterday to do the Venetian blinds, he did my oven. He did so much other stuff. He did my Venetian blinds, and he really did a lot of work here. All right. Can we see this? I'll move this over. There's our biscuits. So I'm going to let those cool, and after they've cooled, we're going to come back and enjoy. So I'll see you back in a little bit. Okay, here we are, ready to taste. Bill was going to taste his now, but he decided he wanted to have a little rest, so he's going to have his when he gets up. So I'm just going to show you all how it's done. Okay, now we're going to cut this one open. Yeah, I've got this framed up. Cut this one here open. Ooh. Okay, and I will put on some cherry pie filling. I'm not waiting till later. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat. All right, so there we go. And now we'll put a little bit of Cool Whip on. I'm not sure if this is even thawed. Did you know that if you take 2 cookies and put a little bit of Cool Whip in it, wrap it up and put it in the freezer, you get like an ice cream sandwich. The Cool Whip really becomes sort of like ice cream in the middle. Okay, now. Oh, wow. Mine aren't going to look pretty like in a picture, but let's see. Oh. Okay. Boy, I tell you, when you're used to doing things like neatly and stuff, when you have to start doing everything messy, it takes its toll on you because you're not used to that. All right, I'll hold this up for you to see. Okay. Now, doesn't that look delicious? Oh my gosh, I can't imagine anything that would make this not taste good. So, let's just take a bite. That's an awful big bite, Darlene. Maybe take a smaller bite. That's the other thing. With Parkinson's, you tend to choke a lot. So I have to be very careful when I'm eating. Okay. Like I said, can't go wrong. Okay, that's it for Make It Monday. Quick cherry delight. Recipe will be in the description box. I hope you try it. See you all tomorrow.